Hello, welcome to the channel. I drew for 90 days and this is what I learned 90 days ago. I set myself a challenge to draw every single day, no excuses. It didn't matter if I had time, if I felt inspired, or if I thought I wasn't improving. I just had to do it. Today, I want to share with you the 5 most important lessons I learned along the way. Some of them might change the way you approach your own learning process and help you improve faster than you think. So stick around until the end, because the last lesson is the most important of all. Point number 1. Your progress depends on how you approach the subject. When you start drawing, it may seem like the only thing that matters is how many hours you practice. But what truly makes the difference is how you approach the learning process. Here's a key concept. Specialization accelerates progress. When you first begin, you face a sea of possibilities. Realism, manga, comics, concept art, digital illustration, and while exploring different styles is useful at first, there comes a point when you need to define a clear direction. For example, in my case, I knew I wanted to focus on anime manga, specifically in the horror and thriller genre. Having this clear goal allowed me to focus my studies on relevant techniques, stylized anatomy, exaggerated expressions, suspenseful composition. Avoid unnecessary distractions, like trying to learn realism when it wasn't my priority. Save time by practicing only what I truly needed to improve. If you still don't know what your style is, don't worry. Exploration is part of the process. But once you discover it, put all your energy into it, and you'll see faster and more satisfying progress. Point number 2. Don't dream about the final result. Enjoy the process. This is probably the biggest mistake beginners make. Wanting instant results and getting frustrated when they don't come. We've all been there. You see an amazing artist on Instagram or YouTube, you try to draw something similar, and total failure. The problem is that we are obsessed with the final result. We want our drawing to look perfect right now without realizing that the artists we admire have spent years practicing before reaching their level. And this is where the right mindset makes all the difference. Instead of thinking, I want this drawing to look like my favorite artist's work, think, I'm going to learn something new with this drawing no matter how it turns out. When you shift your focus from perfection to learning, everything becomes easier. Every stroke, every mistake, and every bad sketch are stepping stones toward improvement. So the next time you feel frustrated because your drawing doesn't look how you imagined, pause, breathe, and appreciate the process. Point number 3. Don't have expectations. Have clear goals and objectives. There's a fundamental difference between having expectations and having clear goals. Expectations are illusions. Goals are concrete plans. Many beginners start drawing with unrealistic expectations. I'll improve in a month and become a great artist. In no time, I'll be able to create illustrations like professionals. The problem with this is that when reality doesn't match expectations, frustration sets in, and many people quit. Instead, setting clear and achievable goals allows you to improve consistently and without stress. Example of an expectation versus a realistic goal. I'm going to learn how to draw characters in 2 weeks. I'm going to practice drawing faces for 1 hour a day for 2 weeks and evaluate my progress. Additionally, you must be realistic about how much time you can actually dedicate to drawing. Not everyone can practice for 6 hours a day, but consistency is more important than the number of hours. Even if you only have 30 minutes a day, make the most of them. What matters is not stopping. Point number 4. Find a mentor. This is probably the most valuable advice I can give you if you really want to improve quickly. The internet is full of free resources, tutorials, courses, guides, but there's one thing that not even the best YouTube tutorial can give you: personalized correction. A mentor accelerates your learning process dramatically. Why? Because a mentor can identify your most common mistakes and teach you how to fix them, save you months or even years of trial and error, guide you with a structured study plan so you don't get lost in information overload. Many beginners think they can learn everything on their own, and while it's possible, progress will be much slower. If you have the opportunity, look for specialized courses, join art communities, or even ask more advanced artists for feedback. Your growth will be exponential. Point number 5. Practice correctly. Practicing every day is essential, but there's a big difference between practicing a lot and practicing well. The most common mistake: drawing without direction, repeating the same errors over and over again. Many beginners do isolated exercises, draw 50 eyes, then 50 mouths, then 50 noses. The problem is that when they try to draw a complete face, nothing fits together. Why? Because they are not seeing the drawing as a whole. Solution: Alternate isolated exercises with full piece exercises. Example, draw 30 different types of eyes, then try integrating them into a full face. Analyze what works and what doesn't. Adjust and repeat the process. Also, complement your practice with observation and inspiration. Read manga or comics if you want to improve in that style. Observe anatomy and gestures in real life. Study scene composition in movies and animations. Drawing isn't just about making lines, it's also about observing, analyzing, and interpreting. After 90 days, I realized that talent isn't everything. Discipline, consistency, and the way you approach learning are what truly make the difference. If you're serious about improving your drawing, start today with these principles. And remember, don't obsess over results. Enjoy the process. Set clear and realistic goals. Seek guidance from someone more experienced. And most importantly, practice with intention. Now, let me know in the comments, which of these lessons resonated with you the most? What has been your biggest obstacle in learning to draw? If you want more content like this, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next video.